Ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard. This is my channel. I am going to have a Mountain Dew Purple Thunder. This is probably why I have a headache. Gamer Glow. And we are going to answer yet another one of my philosophical questions that I found on a list. That is progress always a positive, or can it be detrimental? Before I go any further, let me first say that I am a food blogger. I purchased this for a blog post. After that, I had the additional, 11 cans of it. So I got to drink it sometime. That's just how the world works. Drinking it in these videos gives me a solid pace, pushes me off kilter so that it's more likely for me to be honest and open with you, and prevents me from drinking them too fast, therefore making my life a diabetic hell. Anyway, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean that is across all 6 of my channels. 4Ocean then pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you would be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. I'm giving you an opportunity to do something for free. It takes a lot of us. 4Ocean is right now tackling the Osborne Reef, which is one of the greatest man-made natural disasters. Intentional man-made. I mean, we did something stupid, yes, but I mean, we were trying to build a reef and it didn't work. Anyway, I need you guys' help. It's expensive. So, progress is not always a good thing. I mean, from what I understand, steam engines were actually more fuel efficient. They were slower, they were more costly to operate, but they were more fuel efficient, and they could burn anything, Diesel engines need diesel, but I believe they can run off peanut oil. But a steam locomotive, you could burn trash. We could put trash through a shredder and pack it onto the train and burn the stuff. It's perfectly possible. I would imagine that if we did that, we would have to have a reserve of fuel just in case the trash turned out not to be very worthwhile, but that's not the point, is it? Now, the diesel locomotives killed a lot of cities, a lot of small towns where there used to be train stops, because those steam locomotives, well, they had to be refueled more often. You needed to put fresh water in them. So anywhere where we needed fresh water, well, there was an economic engine that kept a town alive, and many of those towns have now died. Does this mean we should go back to steam? Probably not. I'll grant you that a steam locomotive might be better for the environment. We could probably make it better for the environment, but we could make any engine more efficient and better for the environment if that's what we wanted to do. If that was the primary focus of our society, we would be getting it done. That's just how things are. So yes, the speed and power of a diesel train changed the world and packed more people into the cities. I mean, America has an enormous economy, but our knowledge-based economy, people performing like clerical things and jobs you can do from home. The problem with these, the good thing about these is they can be done anywhere. And the problem is that in order for us to, take advantage of the fact that they can be done anywhere, we need to find a way to get these jobs to move to the small towns and decentralized, because it's like, a huge people live in New York, a huge number of people live in Los Angeles, And these cities are getting more crowded and more compact. And, employers, they don't want to move out to the country because then it's harder for them to find people. I don't know. Progress will always have positives and negatives. It's like when I was a kid, and by a kid, I think I mean 15, I got a book on how to work with computers. And if I had been working with those computers, I would be completely lost working with modern computers because, modern computers don't have the manual systems that those computers had. That book was designed for computers that loaded programs from 16-track cassettes. Yes, the same ones they used for music. I remember when I was a kid buying those things for music, and now as an adult, I think I may even still have a few of them sitting around, and I even have something that would play them, I think, although it may not work. But at one time, computer data was stored on those things. And when that went out of fashion, a certain number of people lost their jobs. I mean, look, somebody used to work at a cassette factory. And that cassette factory is now a memory. Maybe it's making something else. Maybe the building has been bulldozed. I don't know. I actually worked at a factory when I was a kid, or when I was a young man, in my 20s. And the last time I went by that factory, it was a vacant lot. So, yeah, progress is not always good. Now, I mean, it is wonderful that I could have the camera I'm working on, and then I can take the card out of this camera, load the footage onto my computer, and cut and edit it in a semi-professional manner. You probably noticed that my green screen is not very well keyed out, and that's intentional. I've just decided that I don't care, and there are certain videos where I put something that may be a copyrighted image up, and, I don't want them bugging me over it. It's fair use, but they don't care. So they leave me alone. And I still slurp when I sip. But understand that, the indifferent world of progress can really hurt people. Sometimes it can be good, but sometimes it can also be bad. That's the world we live in. It's not always pretty. So, no, progress is not always a good thing. I don't know if every bit of progress outweighs, or the good of every bit of progress outweighs the bad of every bit of progress. Maybe we would be in a better world if it were still harder to find movies and we couldn't stream things online as easily. I don't know. I can tell you, though, that, in the 80s, there were far less homeless people. And the growth of the homeless population is a byproduct of progress. It may be social progress, not economic progress, but progress is not a straight line, and our society has to mature out of the homelessness crisis. I could tell you that back in the 30s there was a homelessness crisis. How did we solve it? The government stepped in and said, we're going to build housing projects. We're going to build homes. We're going to set a minimum wage and pay the people so that they have to be paid. And when you do that, when I, Johnny American, can afford to hire somebody to redo my bathroom, then somebody can have a job redoing bathrooms. And when I, Johnny American, can afford to own a car, that means somebody has to maintain that car. Somebody has to make the parts for that car. Somebody has to make the oil for that car. That is the world we live in. So, yeah, I mean, think about it this way. I'm a food blogger. And there is a store in Los Angeles that primarily sells soda. Their thing is to stock a huge variety of soda. This soda tends to be premium soda. It's expensive soda. I don't know if they sell something as mundane as Mountain Dew Purple Thunder. Well, if I were swimming in money, I wouldn't mind taking a trip down to that place and buying me some soda. Finding the strangest stuff that I can find so that I can bring it here and make a video about it and show that video on my channel, Random Street Theater. If I were really swimming in money, not only would I do that, but I'd invite friends over. We'd all get together and we'd say, okay, we're going to try this soda, so I've got to buy more of them. Okay? We all sit down and we have ourselves some vodka and we have ourselves some soda. And, that is actually a thing I would do. I would get some sherry glasses. Sherry glasses, they're small. And it's like, okay, let me mix up a cocktail with the Purple Thunder. And then I do one with vodka and one with rum and one with bourbon. And we all take a sherry glass of it so we don't get so drunk they're pissing on my carpet. Okay? And if I had money, I would do that. That's what money does. It's a circulation for society. The more people have money, the more that money does. But not the more one person has money, because that one person only has so many things to spend it on. The more the common person has money, the more prosperity you see. Progress tends to show the money going to the top. And it reaches the top, and that's it, I mean, across the street from me, the man died. His father died, his mother died, and he died. He died of a drug overdose. He was a young man, younger than me. And his family came in, and they remodeled the house, and they sold it. And they made a lot of money. And the new people there, well, they're weird. They haven't spoken to me, and I ain't messing with them. But that's progress. You can't get a home for $15,000 anymore. If you could, I'd have one. Anyway. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I'm Richard.
Danger Ducky says, this is your magic moment. A moment for you to do something that is good for the world. You can comment, like, and subscribe, because for every 1,000 subscribers this channel gets, they will buy one of these bracelets I am wearing. Each one of these bracelets I am wearing means that one pound of trash will be removed from the ocean. Cleaning the ocean is an expensive thing to do, and we need your help, so don't be trash. Comment, like, and subscribe, and get trash out of the ocean.